See how the lint flies out over the moorlands. See how the smoke in the valley clings. See how the slate roofs shine in the drizzle. This is the valley where cotton is king.
The Peoples Quilt, the idea came about, me, Tracy, and Fran got together and we're talking about Bolton's history with the textile industry, and I was teaching a quilt club at the time, and we started talking about the history of quilting, and also how so many towns in England have changed because they used to be a thriving textile community, and we wondered about how we could kind of get a group of people together and look at the history of the textile industry in this area, and also what kind of community they wanted to live in the future.
I've enjoyed coming, I've enjoyed the company, I've enjoyed the sewing. It's brought back memories, many memories from a long time ago, especially with doing the mills, excuse me, because I used to work in the mills, and seeing everybody doing a part of it has been absolutely fantastic.
Now see the clouds flying over the moorlands. See how the graves to the valley sides cling.
I remember getting on the bus and watching all the ladies come on the bus with cotton in their hair. They all used to get on and they were full of cotton. I also remember watching one of the mills being actually blown up by Fred Dibner. That was near Astor in Astor Bridge, and it was a thrill to watch it. But we had loads of mills, and now I don't think we've got hardly any now. They're all derelict, and it's a shame. It's a real shame. But that was the industry of Bolton, was the cotton, the spinning, and everybody I knew worked in a mill when I was little, everybody.
I worked at Wolfenden Mills in Carter Street from the age of 15 until I was about 18, 19. Actually, I enjoyed it. I worked in what they call the card room, and it's where the raw stuff comes in, the raw cotton. And I was what you call in a setter-on, but I enjoyed it while I was there. I was with a great group of people. All the ladies take you under the wings because you're only 15, you know, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Sleep is washed from the broken faces. Morning clogs on the cobbles ring.
We also worked with a group of women who have settled in the UK and are attending an English as a second language course. We also worked with some of the ladies that live in the area.
Then you work all day to the loom's hard rhythm.
There were a lot of cotton mills, and there were like people working in the mines as well, and most of the Asians were working in the mill.
This is the valley where cotton is.
I don't think there's much of a textile industry now. And if you saw the skyline with all the chimneys, mill chimneys, there's not many left. They've all been knocked down, or they're luxury apartments now.
I live on Carter Street, where there's a mill that was built in 1884. It's a cotton mill, and they've now sectioned it into units where they do staircases, a gym, carpets, it's all sorts. Living facing the mill, you get all the dust on your windows all the time, and it's like a wind tunnel, but there's no sunlight coming in at the front because of the mill. I'm always scared when we have the gales that it's going to blow down and crash on my house.
We used several different techniques. We wanted to look at, in particular, techniques that are used in different parts of the world. So we looked at batiks. That was one that we did, and we had some women that actually come from the countries where batik is a common way of decorating cloth. We did some photo transfer where you can print digital images onto fabric and then manipulate or embellish the images, which you can see in the back. We worked with cross stitch. We also did some printmaking with lino prints, designing repeated patterns. We did hand sewing, machine sewing.
Well, we've got lots of elephants on it, which is the thing for Bolton. We've got mills on it, which we've been screen printed and then we've actually embroidered over the top. There's all sorts, different things. We've got from different countries, because we've got various amounts of different people here, and they've all contributed as well. And it's been great, absolutely great.
This picture is from East Africa because I was born in East Africa. The capital of Kenya was Nairobi. I was born in Nairobi, and I thought I do this picture because then people can know where I was born. In Nairobi, there were all sorts of fabric, and they would like for African clothes, it's like a cotton fabric, they call it suka. There were big patterns, like, we have a kaftans.
I think I did took up sewing at school, one of the subjects. My mom used to very good at embroidery, and this is why I chose this sewing machine, because she had a beautiful sewing machine by Singer, one of those antique kind. So at weekends, I used to go at it. I used to love, because it was one of those manual ones. And when you child, you like things like that. So yeah, I learned quite a lot from her.
I like and sewing. Sewing, then clothes, and this here, the shabba, and everything. Very nice.
We often think about the women that worked in the mills, but there were also a lot of jobs that men worked on as well. And also some of the countries that people that worked on the project are from have a strong tradition of men being involved in the textile industry, especially fabric dyeing, batik and printmaking.
See how houses cling to the hillsides, hear the streets of children sing. You wake to the scream from 1,000 factories. This is the valley where cotton is king. See how hunger has eaten the faces, tired flesh to the bones just clings. There's dust in the lungs, and the bodies they're broken. This is the valley where cotton is king.
I like Bolton. I'm here for work, because in Italy no work, no good work. I like because the people is very good, more green, more tree, park is very good. The food is nice.
Yes, I like. Very like people in England.
What do you like about it?
Because everything laughing, community, and English, class English, and community, and everything laughing, coming and hall, everything, mashallah.
With young people, we worked with larger fabrics that had a much larger weave, and showed kids how to write their names or stitch their names out into cloth. And then we also asked them about what things they like about Bolton as it is now, and what parts they would like to maybe improve on for the future. And we got some really interesting answers.
I think I see too many homeless people on the streets now. Too many people who just either haven't got that right mark on their GCSE, or something's happened with a family and they can't get a job. Not everybody is as fortunate as you and I. We need more homeless shelters.
What I like about Bolton is that it is some sort of a caring community, because there's clubs that you can go to, and there's a lot of people that you can meet there. Some like you, some not, but you can talk to them and make friends with them and basically bond with them in a way.
I think it was a really successful project to get different members of the community together. One of the things we wanted to do through the project was to share skills, So it was really nice to have some real experienced sewers working with people that had never sewn before to try to keep that sort of tradition going here in Bolton and pass these traditions on to younger children. Also, it was a really good way to kind of bridge a gap with the women that are learning English as a second language, because it's something that you can do with your hands. You can demonstrate how to sew or how to make a particular type of pattern through embroidery, and it kind of washes away those language barriers.
Hopefully we'll all see each other again. I'm not from round here, so it's nice to meet people that I would never normally meet on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, it's been really nice. Just pity it's come to an end now.
Oh, this group is wonderful. It helps people coming out of the house and meeting different people, different culture, and I think this motivates to get integration.
I've met some lovely people, really enjoyed it, sewing, embroidering, and can't wait to see this quilt done.
So we're going to display it, and we'd like to take it on tour. Hopefully we'd like it to be seen by as many people as possible. So we're going to have an open exhibition day. We're going to contact local libraries and museums and see if we can display the quilt there, and get as many people as possible to see what everyone's made and listen to the stories, the personal stories and the stories about Bolton as well.
This is the land where children have laboured, where life and death meant the self-same thing, where the many have worked that the few might prosper. This is the valley where cotton is king. Now see the clouds flying over the moorlands, see how the graves to the valley sides cling. Look at the mills, they're idle and empty. This is the valley where cotton was